Hello guys, this is Dr. Payne and this is my first attempt on making a flashpoint guide for you. So stay tuned and I will show you how to hammer this station. Okay, in this particular flashpoint I decided to go as a healer so that you can see the fight from afar and not be under the boss's legs or anything, so you have a clear view of the fight. In this fight, what you need to do is just, as a DPS and a healer, always stay behind the boss and let the tank point it wherever it goes. In story mode and these early levels, this fight is pretty much tank and spam, so for those of you that don't know the term, it's just the tank tanks the boss, the healer heals him, and the others just DPS of him, no special mechanics or anything. But for the hard mode part is that the boss at some point produces lasers out of his head, and that the laser gives a debuff to the tank where the healer needs to cleanse that before it gets too many stacks and it starts killing the tank. Also on hard mode you need to be aware of those droids that the boss summons because if they explode they pack a pretty big punch. Apart from that, there's no differences from the story mode to the hard mode. Now for the second boss, as you can see, there is one guy in the middle and one on his left and one on his right. What you need to do is kill the left guy first. As you can see, we've marked one with the target symbol, and then kill the other guy on the right. This is while the tank tanks the main boss in the front. Yeah, basically that's just the tactic. In story mode, you can actually get away with it by just killing the boss first and then killing the other guys. But on hard mode, you need to kill the other guys first and then the boss, because if you kill the boss first, the other two enrage and they do massive amount of damage, and you have a highly chance of wiping at this boss. Okay, this is the final boss, and this is where things get a bit challenging if you don't know what you're doing. So let's get to it. The main ability of this boss is that he does like a rapid fire shot in front of him, basically at the direction where he's facing. And the main aim of the tank is just to aim that away from the group, or just the group moves behind the boss at all times. Another ability that he does is that he summons those mines on the ground. He throws like grenades or mines or whatever you call them. And they start with a blue circle, but when the circle goes red, they explode and they deal lots of damage. Also, every few seconds or so, he summons two mercenaries to come and help him. The easiest way I found to deal with those guys is, if you are a sorcerer, you just use the smash and push them out of push them over the boss area. Or if you have a very high DPS, you can move one of your DPS away from the boss and just kill them. Apart from that, nothing too special. The fight is exactly the same in hard mode as it is on story mode. Oh, one thing I forgot is that the boss does a pushback, so the tanks needs to be aware not to be near the edge of the platform. Okay guys, this is it for my first flashpoint guide. Like the video if you liked it, disliked it if you disliked it, and tell me what you didn't like so I can change it. Also, don't forget to subscribe as it helps a ton. Until next time, Dr. Payne out.